And the hits just keep on coming. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob. Joined as always by my good friend, Hollywood Frank.
It's me.
You catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, talking about all news and wrestling. Episode 59. And we are at
136.
136 subscribers. This is freaking awesome. Appreciate that. On our way to 150. And like I said, in the little thing there, man, you can follow us on all our social media. We're scrolling down there. Catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh, God. And here he is to fuck up the rotation again.
Hello.
Dude, what is with these freaking these icon pictures you're finding? This is like
you don't know who that is?
No.
That's the dog that she still got in him, man.
That's Larry?
That's Larry?
That's Larry.
God, Larry is ugly as shit.
Larry, come on, man.
Dude, that's an ugly looking dog, dude. That's a face pushed in dog right there.
Wow.
Okay. I'm not a fan of little rat dogs. What do you want me to tell you? All right. As my freaking soda sizzles into the freaking microphone. Anyway, guys, it's been
Rob the dog hater.
I tell you, man. But real quick, let's check in with everybody. Hicks Villain was first. He said, "Sup? What's up, Hicks Villain?" And as usual, you know, when somebody asks us what's up.
Sup?
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 Hello.
What's up?
What's up? Fantasia was next. She said, "Hi guys, hi Fantasia. Thanks for being here." Courtney, what's up? What's up, Courtney? And let's see here, Hicksville. I demand a tournament for an interim wrestling council. Jeez, dude, I'm gonna tell you what. I think Tony learned his lesson with that interim championship shit. I think he realized that that's not a good idea. And that's why we didn't get a bunch more of that interim BS this time. So
No,
thank God.
You can't do an interim when your champion is out for 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But as usual, guys,
we do have Tony Storm still.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
As always, guys, we before we get into everything, we talk about our favorite little segment of the show, something we call the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hollywood.
I went first last week.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping that somebody else would go this week, but no, it's my turn. I'm gonna start it off. The good. Jon Moxley and MJF freaking saved AEW, man. I'm gonna tell you what, that's the topic, and we're gonna talk about whether or not how well they succeeded. But I'm gonna tell you what, the way that show started off, as bad as everything that's happened, that was as good as it could possibly get. Like him coming out, like Tony, when he first came out on screen, they booed the crap out of him, man. Like fans were going off. But MJF came out, cut such a good friggin' promo, man. And then Jon Moxley comes out, who wasn't even supposed to be there. Like Moxley was supposed to be on like a 6-week vacation. He's supposed to be gone for a while. And once again, that dude comes out, puts the freaking company on his back, and cuts one of the best damn promos I've ever seen in my entire friggin' life. Between him and if Tony was smart, he would strap that company on to the back of Jon Moxley and MJF and shoot them straight to the moon, dude. they came as close to saving that friggin' that company as you could possibly get.
To the moon.
To the moon. But this is a real quick here. Hey, Big Daddy, Guardian of Chaos. He's here. Good evening, man. Good evening, Big Daddy. Guys,
Good evening, fine sir.
guys, do yourself a favor. Go sub to Big Daddy. Go sub to the Guardian of Chaos. Listen to the videos he does. He goes over segments of all the shows, and the man has a lot of knowledge to share. So go learn at the Learning Tree, guys. Maldacito said the good, Death Triangle, new trios champs, the bad, Punk being bitch made, ugly, same as the bad. Yeah, dude, more stuff's coming out about what happened backstage, but yeah, we're going to talk about it more, but yeah, it's not good. But yeah, and that was the secondary thing from my good was they trademark House of Black was trademarked, so it doesn't look like Brody King and Buddy are going anywhere. Hopefully those guys can get a little more traction, and they're not just going to be thrown into the fray and lost. So we'll see what happens. The bad, Punk injured again, out for 6 to 8 months. And I'll tell you what, it calls back to that promo that Moxley cut. Fragile body, fragile ego.
Yeah.
Maybe that stuff's a little more real than we thought. Maybe he was shooting a little bit. So
Yeah, I bet Tony's a little like relieved that happened though. Like the decision of taking the belt off of him was taken off of his hands.
Yeah, I think. Well, here's the thing. Like I said, we'll talk about it more. But I think Tony finally sacked up a little bit and realized that he had to do something. So, but yeah, and we'll talk about that, Courtney. We'll talk about what we think the future holds for Phil. But yeah, Punk injured again, out 6 to 8 months with a tricep tear.
The best in the world
at getting hurt.
Yeah.
But the ugly, more fallout from the All Out Media Scrum, revealing a lot of issues with Punk backstage, including with Bobby Fish, which explains, gives a little bit of explanation as to why his contract was not renewed.
He said it was money, though.
It was money related, but he said but it was also said that was not, that did not help the situation between him. So, but that's my good, my bad, my ugly. And like I said, we'll talk about more about the continued fallout from there. Frank, what you got?
My good. I saw a great match last night on Raw. Yeah.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Johnny Wrestling versus Chad Gable.
Yeah, that was
really good.
That was a really good, dude. If anybody needed more proof that Chad Gable is such an underappreciated talent,
and Johnny Russ and Johnny.
Oh, Johnny Gargano's. I don't think anybody underappreciates Johnny Gargano, but a lot of
Vince did.
well, Vince underappreciates everybody, but yeah, like Chad Gable. Dude, Chad Gable's so good, man.
That match is so good. Oh my god, just stuff like that. It's just makes you enjoy professional wrestling. I mean, those guys are, and it was just professional wrestling. Those guys are doing amateur wrestling moves. College, high school, just the regular wrestling moves that were just shows you what you can do.
Yeah, and it shows you that joke aside, which it is pretty funny, Hickswell, and thank you for that. You don't have to be 6'6", 270 pounds to be a top guy in WWE, man. Johnny Gargano is amazing.
You get the right guy to work with, and you can tell a good story.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. The move that he did in the corner, which was it was pretty slick. Big Day says Vince appreciates interns and office folk
and illegal paralegals.
Illegal paralegals. Yep. Leg kicks. He said, "Hail to all hell, leg kick." Appreciate you being here, brother. All right, so that was your good. What's your bad and your ugly?
My bad is why do we have to see Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan again?
This to me tells me that WWE's women's division was in more chaos than we thought it was. Because I think they're desperately hoping they can rehab Liv after completely mismanaging her through this whole thing. The whole eternal underdog thing it doesn't work good, man. You got to book your champion strong, and it's just not working. I like Liv Morgan. I think she had a lot of upside, but just like Lacey Evans, they mismanaged the crap out of her. And I think right now Triple H is just trying to pick up the pieces and doesn't know what to do with her. So, how do you go forward?
Yeah. And my ugly, I know you don't have many options. I hope Bryan Danielson beats him tomorrow, but you don't need Chris Jericho in a world title tournament. You don't.
Yeah, like you and I talked about that. I don't want to see. Me personally, I love Chris Jericho. I don't want to see him as the world champion again. But you look at the situation with it, the plan is to put that belt on MJF.
It is eventually, but I don't want to see Danielson losing to Jericho and have it be Jericho versus Moxley again.
No, I agree, and
because right now it's Danielson versus Jericho, Guevara versus Moxley.
Yeah. Smack yourself for that take, Bob.
Will the council be attending any live events coming up?
Man, we've been to 4 this year?
3. 2 in Cleveland, 1 in Chicago.
1 in Chicago. God, I thought there was another one. That's how many of them we've been to. We were thinking about going to SmackDown, but it was like, man, money's getting a little tight. So we'll see what happens going forward. I do want to go to now that WWE doesn't suck as bad as it used to. I do want to hit a WWE show. So, but hopefully we'll be getting some more reports like we did, man, because they're fun. I'm gonna tell you what. If you've never been to a live event, which I think almost everybody here has in that all the people that watch us has, but anybody that watches this later, if you haven't been to a live event, go to a live event, even if it's a local one. It's just so much fun to be there with other fans and just to see it live. So,
yep.
Sorry, I meant Hollywood for you meant Hollywood for yeah. So Maladacino was bitching at you, not me.
For what?
For your take that you don't want to see Chris Jericho as the champion.
I don't want to see Chris Jericho. He shouldn't even be in the tournament. I don't care. You've got enough guys in there.
Okay,
Johnny Hungy.
Where is Miro?
Miro would be good. Well, it's a tournament of champions though. So it has to be some. Well, Miro
was a champion.
He was a TNT champion.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Like I said, he does have history with MJF, so there is a storyline there. So if you wanted to salvage some kind of storyline with MJF, and we all know that within the next 6 months, MJF's going to be the champion. That's my prediction. Within the next 6 months, he's going to be the champ, and rightfully so.
Well, I just got the tail end of their feud, and I thought it freaking sucked.
Hicksville, and give my regard to JD from New York at House of Glory, dude. I've been watching him more and more.
That's where Hicksville
lately.
is going. He says going to Grand Slam and House of
Nice. Glory. That's cool. Grand Slam next week, House of Glory that Saturday. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I want to like we've talked about it before. I want to start attending a few more of the local shows and stuff like that, and maybe some stuff outside of the big two. But like I said, money's tight. So, and work is taking up a lot of time. But yeah, JD from New York, man, I've been watching him a lot more lately. I dig that guy. I dig his takes. But all right, so that's your good, your bad. Like Johnny, give me something, man.
Oh, Larry the dog, not Johnny. It's Larry the dog.
Shut up.
That's the dog that is still got in him. But well, my good, it's gonna be
the dog with the underbite.
Claudio and Dax. Even though I don't like that Dax is being used as pretty much enhancement talent, and FTR is not allowed to have a tag match to save their lives. You put Dax in the ring and you're gonna get magic, and that title match was good.
Oh, speaking of which, FTR are going to be finally defending the New Japan titles.
It's so annoying that they're not allowed to have a tag match in AEW anymore.
Yeah,
Seems
well,
like
they're going to be having a good one against Aussie Open in New Japan. So there you go.
that's the thing we shouldn't have to watch other company to see that team work.
Yeah, Big Daddy, dude. His shows are a lot of fun, and it's a high quality show too. So that's where we want to eventually get, is where he's at. But you gotta start small, and this thing blew up once before. We had to put it back together, so I think we'll get there. But
Well,
yeah, so that's your good. Yeah, that was a good dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Dax is in the friggin' running for a vote of
Wrestler of the Year.
Wrestler of the Year, dude.
Wrestler of the Year.
That guy, FTR, just period. They're just so good.
Yeah,
So
shame they
freaking
don't
good.
get to. Shame they don't get to have some matches.
I'm telling you, man.
Because the Bucks should have just put the
Continue.
belts on them instead of Lee and Strickland. But hey,
Continue, sir.
okay. My bad is that I didn't get to hear Max Caster rapping this past show.
Dude, the fans were pissed.
So was I. I get it.
But I'll tell you what, man. Strickland
I get
coming
it.
out. Strickland coming out and
They
getting
need a way
that
for
got
him to
heat
not
on him.
talk.
Like,
They need a way for him to not talk about it without making him look like
oh
a coward. Because
God,
if he had
yeah.
a rap and he didn't address the situation, it would make him look bad. So they had to cut it. I get it, but I wanted to see
Yeah.
it so bad. And my ugly is that watching Sammy beat Darby again was just just make me want to turn off the TV.
You gotta have some
I'm sick of that. I don't want to boo that couple. I don't dislike them because of their effective heel work. I just don't want to see them anymore.
Yeah, they need to take a little bit of a knee with the flirting stuff on TV, because it's getting old pretty quick. But at the same time, you gotta have some heels in this friggin' tournament, man. You can't have all faces versus faces.
Does it have to be him?
Dude, hey, look, Sammy. Look, regardless of whether you think Sammy's a good wrestler.
I know,
Okay.
but
He's got. I mean, he's a heat
with
magnet.
this
But what do you
stuff
want to
they're
do
doing
about it?
But with this stuff they're doing right now, it's just bores me.
But it's meant to be cringe. That's the whole point. You're not supposed to like
not
that.
to the point of me wanting to turn off my TV.
I know. I think at this point it's got go away heat, and I think they need to do something about that. But I agree with you that. But at the same time, I think the guy's got a bright future. I mean, he does make some dumb decisions now and then, but yeah.
Yep.
And we all know Moxie's gonna friggin' annihilate him.
Oh, he better. That better not go longer than 3 minutes.
Yeah. No, no, dude, they're gonna put on a show. You know,
He didn't have to do that the first match with Punk. So
yeah, Mox is another guy that's up there for Wrestler of the Year, man. So like, good Lord, dude. Hey, Tony needs to thank God that guy is in his company.
Yeah. He also got 2-year WWE champion Roman
Yeah.
Reigns.
Yeah, jeez, God. It's time to take that belt off him, man. I'm serious. But Malacito said, shout out to JB Jack Perry for his promo. Yes, dude. Yeah, we're going to talk about Dynamite. There was some good stuff on there. Jungle Boy is beginning to become a man. Yeah, your co-host has quite the overbite. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I didn't realize that Larry was another one of those yippy dogs, man. I was like, ugh. That lowers my opinion of seeing
You like
him.
yippy dogs, like Heidi.
what? Wait, what?
Heidi wasn't a yippy dog. Heidi was a dachshund. She wasn't a yippy dog. She wasn't this big
No.
and shook all the time, like a wet rat. So
Why are you looking down on the mentally deficient, man? It's not his fault.
God, that dog is just okay. Anyway, we got other shit to talk about. Let's go. All right. Anyway, guys,
did you see his debut? He went out on the arena at All Out, escaped, was running around.
But which bite's harder, Larry or Ace?
Deceitful, chicanerous, and deplorable.
We didn't
back on
get
topic. Let's go.
We didn't get to see Larry biting anyone yet.
We got Ace still biting instead of Larry.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
I swear to God.
Bob's here like I'm hurt, I'm old, and I'm fucking tired, and I work with fucking children.
You're beautiful, Hollywood. Don't let anyone tell you different. Oh my God! All right, let's talk about Dynamite. Okay,
Dynamite.
So Dynamite starts off, and like, of course, everything friggin' was going crazy. Tony basically had to blow the company up. And I mean, I don't know if people realize this or not, but in the God damn it, this is gonna just keep going. In the intro, Bucks and Bunks, Punk, and Omega, not even in the intro video anymore.
Nope.
That's what they did to Max too, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
That's true. That doesn't surprise me. I know a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are reading into a lot of shit this week.
And they're not even in the advertisement for Full Gear.
No, but I think they'll be.
Punk's not going to be there anyway. So
I think personally they'll be back by Full Gear. I think they'll be back before Full Gear. But Courtney's like, oh crap, shit, whatever. We're allowed to swear on this show. Dynamite opens up
MJF
with MJF coming out, and he cut just such an awesome. He came out with a Josh Allen jersey, and he was acting like the biggest baby face in the world, but you could tell from the way he was walking that he was just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and that other shoe's name was John freaking Moxley.
People had to get the cheers out of their system. So.
Yes, you know what? And like I said, I told everyone's like, no, they gotta make him a face now. They're gonna make him a face. And I was like, no, they're not. No, they're not. MJF's natural state is heel.
John the Wild Thing Moxley.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. First off, MJF when he's out there by himself was cutting an awesome baby face, a heels version of a babyface promo.
Yes.
Getting cheap pops and just, getting the crowd up. And like you said, they had to get the cheers out of their system because you knew he was going to turn on him because that's what MJF is. He is the new Ric Flair. He's going to be the heel that everybody loves to hate. Konnichiwa, bitches. Yep, exactly. Kenny's in Japan. Yeah. He did that little funny little video that he posted up there. I think they'll be back first show of October. I think they're going to be out for at least 3 or 4 weeks. I think they're going to be out at least 3 or 4 weeks. I think they'll be back by. They'll definitely be back by Full Gear. The pop for KO, Austin last night. Yeah, we'll talk about Raw here in a little bit. But he comes out, and then Moxley comes out and just like, shut the hell up! You are so full of crap. And then MJF
he didn't say shit for once.
Nope. He comes out and MJF just completely reverts and
rips off the jersey,
wipes his ass with it, throws it into the crowd, and just cuts one of the best heel promos you're ever going to hear. And then Moxley, God, that Moxley, that promo that Moxley cut, dude. Like I said, Tony needs to strap this company onto that guy's back, onto MJF's back, and shoot those guys straight to the moon. You know what I mean? It's the guy has literally saved this company 3 times. It's crazy, but and then just a lot of people they didn't like. So a lot of people kind of split about the fact that MJF was talking about WWE. He mentioned Triple H. He mentioned taking the belt to WWE, the bidding war of 2024.
It was one thing to talk about them when Vince was on top and everything sucked, but now they're getting like momentum and people are talking about them in a positive light.
See, in my mind, I think it works, man. Like I'm like a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah. Doing what's best for business.
And if they get the chance, but if they get the chance, they're killing AEW in a heartbeat.
Like I said, man, I think it creates drama, and I think a lot of people, and I think it gets pops out of people. So,
and I honestly don't think MJF's going anywhere.
Honestly. No, I don't think so either. I think MJF knows if he goes to if he goes to WWE, he will be a top heel there for a while. But I don't know that he knows he could be as big as he could be outside. Now, I could be completely wrong. I think, considering that Triple H is in charge over there, he could go over there and become the top heel in the entire freaking company. You never know.
But he could be,
and he's got Cody behind him.
He could be the Ric Flair of NWA WCW, like Flair was.
Yeah. Oh, I think there's more politics in WWE that you have to navigate than, like, say, even though we know there's a lot going on in AEW. I think there's more politics in WWE, and there's a lot less of it in AEW, and there's way less of it in other companies. But I still think, I don't know. I get the feeling that he likes being able to do whatever the hell he wants to do. So I think he's going to stick around. But you never know, dude, because he is good friends with Cody. And every wrestler wants to have that run in WWE, to see if they can be the top guy.
And don't forget about the money.
Yep. And then and also the money. So
doesn't always work out for you, though.
But anyway, next match. So then Tony came out and did pretty much the only thing he really could do. He stripped Punk, even though Punk was already
well, he had to. The guy's out for 6 to 8 months.
He had to, but
8 months.
Tony showed up, and the people were already.
As soon as he came on the screen, people were booing. But by the end of the show, I think fans were a lot. They were a lot more understanding of what happened. But he also stripped the Bucks and Kenny, and they were all suspended investigation. So they announced that they would be choosing new Trios champions, which would be Death Triangle versus Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Which, if I'm not mistaken, were they were like the number 2 and number 3 seed. So,
and that's because the Dark Order had injured people. So
and that's all. Yeah, and that's the reason why Dark Order wasn't in it, is because Reynolds was injured. So,
where's Colt Cabana when you need him?
Yep, good match. I know a lot of people were upset that Best Friends didn't get trio style, but I think Death Triangle.
What? People wanted them to win?
Yeah, dude, they're a popular act. Dude, there's a lot of people that like them, man, and those are the kind of belts that they can win, and it doesn't really affect the other titles. So you could put a trios tag team title on a kind of a gimmick thing, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. But I think they put it on the right team. I think a lot of people have been wanting to see Death Triangle actually get some traction. Pac is the first dual champion in AEW.
Yep.
So he gets a little bit of love there. This is a pretty good match. I mean, considering, and here's the thing, a lot of these guys were not supposed to even be there. And considering that this card was completely thrown together, almost completely thrown together, I think they did a good job. Women's Interim World Championship Eliminator match. Toni Storm versus Penelope Ford. This was probably the best match that Penelope Ford has had in a while. And this is the first time she's been on TV in a while.
I don't know what's going on, Maldacino.
Did I just say that I'm a sober person? I know I'm not drunk. What's going on? Dude, I make good points sometimes.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Yeah, shut up.
Okay, Cornette, calm down.
Oh my God. Oh, dude, did you listen to his stuff about this? Dude, that guy was so happy this happened. He was so happy this happened.
Well, he called it.
But he was so happy that Punk's in AEW because Punk's knows how to wrestle and get guys over, and he was praising Punk up and down when he first
dude, his
got to
shit
AEW.
Changes every day. He's playing a character.
He was also happy he was right because he called this stuff happening like 3 years ago.
Anyway, Wardlow versus Nese. I do like the promo that Wardlow cut at the end.
Tony Nese. Beating that guy means nothing right now.
I really feel bad for Tony Nese because I think he's a really, really good wrestler, and I think he deserves a little better than get squashed. But then again, it's Wardlow, and they fed everybody to him. So
they feed Tony Nese to everybody too.
But last two matches of the night, were the absolute best matches. We got a repeat between Hangman Adam Page and Bryan Danielson, and holy crap, this match was awesome. And can we just take a moment? Can we take a moment to appreciate that the guy who apparently was the catalyst for Punk's getting his panties all in a bunch is the guy who had nothing to do with anything that happened after All Out, who came out, and it was the crowd was lukewarm to him at the beginning of this match. Let's be honest here. He came out, and that dude just put his head down and worked. And by the end of that friggin' match, everybody was back to loving him. He was getting cheered. Everyone was cheering. They were like, "Fight! This is awesome! Fight forever!" All the chants were going on, and Bryan Danielson gets a big win here. Mount says, I have a love-hate relationship with Cornette. Sometimes I think he's right. Other times I want to send him to a home where they abuse him.
Wow.
Cornette's an abrasive dude. But he's funny. And I tell you what, if you ever get a chance to find a copy of his graphic novel where he goes through the history of wrestling, that's a really cool book. Really cool book. But yeah, Page and Danielson, and I agree with you. I think if you're not gonna put the belt, we'll talk about the tournament in a minute, because I get the feeling that it's going to go a particular way, and a lot of people aren't going to like it. But I understand why they're going to go that way if it does. But
how do you think it's going?
I think Jericho's going to win. And I know, and dude, like I said, we'll talk about it when we're done here. But yeah,
that would be a
Danielson
shit
Page
title run, though.
was it awesome? Danielson got the win here, so he advances. I'd like to see Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley.
Yes,
for the title, man. That would be dope as shit. ROH Pure Championship, Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia. Dude, I know a lot of people they're up in the air about Garcia and Wheeler Yuta. I'm gonna tell you something. I think they're awesome. I think they're really good. They put on an amazing show. I mean, they're a little on the small side, true. Wheeler Yuta was kind of a joke character for a long time until he hooked up with the Blackpool
Combat.
Yeah. I'm old, man. Give me a second. And Daniel Garcia, I think, is a big time up and comer, dude. This was an awesome match when Danielson came out down and put the belt on him around his waist. I thought that was awesome. And I enjoyed the hell out of this match. Was it the best match that these two could possibly have? No. I think, but I think these guys work a little more together. I think a little more time in the future. I wouldn't mind seeing both him and I wouldn't mind seeing Garcia join the Blackpool Combat Club and these guys become a tag team.
Now, do you guys think Garcia is gonna play a part in the match between Jericho and Danielson?
Yes, 100%.
Oh yeah,
and
it was nice to see JAS not coming out in that pure title match.
Yes, and that's something that we've talked about in the past. That like it feels like AEW was heading more towards heading towards kind of a New Japan kind of feel, where they're always every match that involves them, they're always interfering with everything. It's just like the Bullet Club. Every match with the House of Torture, it's got Dick Togo out there choking people. I'm like, listen, for God's sake, after like the 5th or 6th time, the company would be like, hey, maybe this guy shouldn't be allowed at ringside. You know,
weren't those NJ in Time L on Friday though?
Was that?
Weren't those NJ and Time L on Friday on the other match of the tournament? Semi and Darby. Yeah, that was annoying.
What do you want me to tell you, man? It's like I said, they're the House of Torture of AEW.
Yeah, but I can see Daniel Garcia coming out in that match.
Yeah. And here's the thing,
and costing whoever the win.
Yeah, I think I don't want this to be what it is, but I think Garcia is going to stick with Jericho, and I think he's going to come out and he's going to cost. He's going to cost Danielson the match. But here's the thing: is he going to cost Danielson the match during the tournament, or is he going to cost Danielson the match at the championship?
Well,
At,
it can't
at
be Jericho
Arthur
versus
Ashe.
Danielson for the title.
Why not?
Because
Jericho versus Danielson is this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the
Wednesday.
same. They're in the same bracket. They're in the same
No,
bracket.
I don't know why I was thinking that he was going to be fighting Moxley, but
No. Moxley's going against Navarre.
Yeah. So I think, unfortunately, I think Garcia is going to. He's going to turn on Danielson. Jericho's going to get the win because of that. And he's going to stick with the JSA. But if it was me, I would have him turn on Jericho and join the Blackpool Combat Club and hook and make a tag team out of him and Darby. Him and Wheeler Yuta. So Mount says that Heyman was done dirty by Punk, and I'm glad he was able to earn back the fans. Yeah, I'm glad he was. Garcia needs like 10 more pounds on him. Both of them do. I think they both need to bulk up a little bit. I think they need to go the Will Ospreay route, because he bulked up to a legit heavyweight. I think he's up to like 220 or something like that, but he didn't lose any of his agility. So
the body maybe not so much, but Garcia's facial expressions always look like somebody stole his lunch money.
Dude, stop quoting friggin' Cornette.
I didn't hear you say that.
But no, I thought this was a great match, and I thought it was a good way to end the show because it's got the drama between Danielson and Jericho. Rampage was kind of like I really they need to do some rethinking on Rampage, because it's really starting to feel like the B show.
It is the B show.
Yeah, even
It
though
was feeling like the B show a long time ago.
Even though, well, in the last, I'm talking like the last few months. Even though the friggin' the main event for that show was awesome. Claudio versus Dax was fantastic. It was a great show. It was a great match.
Yeah, I wasn't all about Serena Deeb versus Madison Rain.
Deeb needs a mouthpiece. She needs a coach. Big Daddy needs to go, and he needs to be the mouthpiece for Serena Deeb. Give her some personality, because here's the thing: she's a great in-ring wrestler. She's a great grappler. She's not particularly great on the mic, and she doesn't have much of a personality, and that's a big problem. So, yes, oh my god, dude, Swerve coming out to interrupt the Acclaim, and yeah, that was awesome.
No, bring Dan Lambert out again to be Serena Deeb's mouthpiece.
No. Now, what you could do is, if you wanted to put a woman in the Blackpool Combat Club, you could put Serena Deeb in there with them and let William Regal speak with her, because that would be fantastic. She's great in the ring. He talks for her when she's out. Best of both worlds there. But Rampage, and it was just, and yeah, I personally feel like Darby should have won.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know why they didn't, because I think it's you got to have some heels in there against. I mean, it's like Moxley and friggin' Bryan Danielson. So I mean, it's two of the biggest over guys in the friggin' company. You got to have somebody dastardly going up against them. So, but and I don't know. It feels weird. Like, feels like Darby's kind of in a weird doldrums right now. Is it just me, or?
I've been calling this since his match with MJF. MJF went up, and Darby's booking just been like, it looked like them trying to have him stuck on the mid card.
It almost feels like they're like, we don't need to like really push Darby because he's so freaking over.
He's AEW's Asuka.
Yeah, and but there's also this idea that maybe Sting is gonna go heel because whenever Black spits that stuff in people's faces, it always causes them to friggin'.
But Sting stopped paying. He was painting the black mist on his face, but since Malachi is out, he's not doing that anymore. They just dropped that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, maybe they're taking it easy on Darby so he's not dead before he's 31 years old.
That's another thing, man. He might be. They might be like, let's just chill out with the dude so he doesn't kill himself.
We lost too many guys already. We need to take it easy.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't die on the ring, he's gonna die jumping over his house with a Jeep onto a bunch of trailers.
Oh my God, I saw that video. What the hell are you doing, man?
No,
Jackass isn't meant to be done for real.
No, being the elite for a while.
Nope. But anyway, so that was Dynamite and Rampage. We got to ask for some opinions now, guys. Are you
sure?
Yes. That's the lead in the fucking show, man. Did this save AEW? Now, first off, did AEW need saving?
I don't think so.
I don't think it needed to be saved, but it definitely needed a
shakeup.
It needed a shakeup. It needed the rudder. Someone needed to course correct, and Tony needed to sack up, like I said, and be the boss. I think he did a little bit of that. Yes, the Horsemen are coming back. Mountecito. New jokes, man. Come on.
Man, you're never living that down. Just let it happen.
It was gonna happen if the you do that shit. Shut the hell up. If the pandemic hadn't happened, that's what would have happened. So I reject your reality and substitute my own. I think that this went a long way towards mitigating the damage, and I think Tony Khan owes Jon Moxley a huge debt, and he better hit his knees and thank God that guy is in his company, because him and MJ and squaring the stuff with MJF definitely helped. And getting MJF back on television definitely helped, which was vital to them going forward, especially after this.
I told you, I think I thought they were going to go with the plan and bring him back when Punk was ready to go again. So, but he just got hurt again. So since he's already there, already made his return, makes no sense to send him away again.
Yeah, and I think if anything, this was a wake up call for Tony Khan to realize that as much as he may love CM Punk, and I like CM Punk, I loved CM Punk, and I loved seeing him coming back. Making him the center of the company was not a good idea. It was not a way to build towards the future. And I think this kind of slapped him back to reality. And I'm hoping that this kind of wakes him up a little bit, makes him realize you got all these toys that you like to play with. You got your favorite toys, but man, you really need to look at what you've got and build with what you've got. So, and stop looking outside at bringing in all your former heroes and stuff like that.
Tony Khan's like Dark Helmet, got his toys.
And it's understandable that, not everybody can be the top guy or anything like that, but you've got a ridiculous amount of talent. You don't need to keep grabbing these people that leave other companies. I mean, I understand that they're hot hands for a second, but you've got guys like Miro. You had Malachi Black, although he's gone, and we all know
Andrade.
You've got Andrade. He's got crazy.
Is that Larry barking?
Sounds like it. Just a second.
Freaking dog. And I think that you bring in guys like Punk, like I said, Punk's a diva. He's always been a diva. He likes being the center of attention, and when the attention gets taken off of him, he does something
let's stop for a second. You said you thought that the rant was because of MJF getting a bigger pop than him, and then we saw reports that some talent, like 2 weeks before it happened, saying that Punk told them that the media scrum was going to be interesting. So this was planned long before MJF's return.
That's a rumor right now that supposedly that this was planned. And if it was planned, that's even worse.
It was well delivered, like very well delivered. Like it was practiced.
Punk has never had a problem talking, dude. Punk's never had a problem talking. So
like he told Nick when he said he wasn't Cabana's friend anymore. Like you blew my spot. Like I was counting on you saying that he was, so I could go on my planned tirade.
Punk planning a tirade, and basically getting all this stuff off his chest that he was all pissy about. That might have been planned, but I don't think he expected. I guarantee you, he was not happy with his hometown crowd popping bigger for MJF than they did for him. I guarantee you, he didn't like that. Because that's what he lives for. He lives for those spots. He lives for those moments. And it's understandable to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you're a professional. Don't be a dick. Says, I love that Punk came to AEW a year ago, but the miserable Phil that came back was bad for business. I gotta put some of that on Tony Khan though, because when you got somebody kissing your ass that hard, you get built, your ego gets swelled up, and then when something happens, and it's like, well, I can do whatever the hell I want.
And I'm not gonna rule off the possibility that the Elite was doing something wrong. So just
like the Bucks 110% had no business going into his friggin'
locker room. I'm talking about the build up, like before this happened. No, some of the rumors were true.
Now here's the thing: they probably didn't like the fact that their friend, because they are friends with Colt Cabana. Yep. They're friends with Colt Cabana. Hangman's friends with Colt Cabana. Kenny's friends with Colt. They probably weren't happy that their friend got sidelined and then pushed to Ring of Honor because of Punk. But
it wasn't because of Punk.
Bullshit.
Look at it. What happened to Alan Angels or Stu Grayson? They were just out.
I know, dude.
Colt Cabana was a background character before Punk was ever there.
Yeah. Okay. No, dude. He was still with the Dark Order. He was still on television and everything until.
So was Stu Grayson in Alan Angels. It was the same situation with both three guys.
It's a different situation, dude. Okay,
what?
saying that Punk had nothing to do with
not consciously. He didn't tell Tony Khan to get him away.
I didn't say he did that. I'm saying that the fact that they knew there was heat between those two guys had a hand in Colt Cabana being pushed to the side.
Well, you knew with the history of those two guys have, as soon
100%.
as CM Punk came in, that there was going to be an issue eventually.
Yeah. What should have happened, like I said, what should have happened is Tony should have sat down with both of them, not at the same table, obviously, but to both of them say, listen, you don't got to like each other, but you got to friggin' work. You don't even have to work together, but you got to be civil to each other when you're in this friggin' building together. So just walk away from each other, just be professional. That's it. Like I said, I put the onus of all of this on Tony, but Tony tries to be everybody. Like he said, he likes to be everybody's friend. He wants to be the cool boss. And I think that he was hoping that he could just finagle things. And so, but to say that Punk's presence had nothing to do with Cabana suddenly being off television and not in the building is.
I'm not saying that his presence wasn't important. I'm saying it wasn't his choice or that he did anything for that to happen.
I didn't know. I didn't say that. I don't think he came in and says, all right, you need to fire that guy. I don't think he did that. But pretending like his coming into the company didn't have anything to do with that is just putting your head in your sand.
If I was Tony, I would fire him too, just because there's nothing for him to do.
No, dude, I would have moved him to Ring of Honor just like Tony did, but I would have been open about it and just said,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because there's nothing on Ring of Honor either. He's just not useful right now.
Who, Cabana?
Yeah. I started watching before Punk ever came on, and I never saw him on TV. I saw him once when he was just wearing a costume on Halloween and did nothing. He wasn't even on the match. He was just the whole Dark Order. That was the one time I saw him. That was the one time I saw him for the whole time that I'm watching this company.
That's another one. That's another part of the situation of having too many damn people on the friggin' roster.
Yep.
When Cabana first came in, he was on television every week. But then as more and more people came in, he became more and more of a bit character.
So was Marco Stunt. That doesn't really.
Okay, no, I agree. No, here's the thing. There are too many people in AEW. The roster's bloated. If you're not going to have a third show, if you're not going to get Ring of Honor going here really soon, You need to start thinking about letting some of these people go. I'm just saying that this idea that Punk's presence had nothing to do with what happened to Colt Cabana is friggin' fallacy. But Mounty says that you say your door is open and not expect someone to knock after talking some big smack. Is just he should have been ready for an encounter.
He was ready. They were.
I understand. Here's the thing. I understand. I agree with you on that. If you're going to talk shit, if you say your door's open and then you're going to talk shit, you should expect somebody to come give you a receipt. But the Bucks, being executives of the company and being representatives of the company, should have known better and not gone over there when things were heated. Is it a human thing that they did? Absolutely. Was it a smart thing to do? Was it a professional thing to do? No. Yep. So it's like, and it's like I said, I'm of two minds about this whole thing. Like the guy in me is like, just let him fight it out. You know, that's the guy in me. But you know, the person who looks at this through the lens of it's professional wrestling and with emphasis on the word professional, Bucks should not have gone over there and inserted themselves into that situation, especially not after they realizing that the dude's friggin' everybody was on edge. And the fact that he wasn't shown his lack of respect, and the fact that he wasn't shown his lack of respect for other people. The fact that he hasn't shown. Yeah. It's it's like everybody involved in this. I put most of the onus on this on Punk, but I put some of it on Tony and I put some of it on the Bucks for causing the situation. But we'll know more about it once the investigation's over.
Yeah.
The question is, like I said, is do you think they turned this around? I think they did. I think Tony did the best he could with what he had in the situation. And I think Tony, and I give him a little bit of credit. I want to see more of it. I want to see more of it, though. I want to see what he does going forward from this. He stepped in and had to be the boss, and he stepped in and he was the boss.
Yeah.
So kudos to him for that. Credit to him for that. I want to see more of it. I want to see how he handles things going forward. But I definitely think that he owes Moxley and MJF a huge debt of gratitude because those guys, and Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page, because Page, we knew he was going to have a lot of heat on him because he's supposedly the catalyst for all this. Okay, those guys came out. They were professional. They put on an awesome match. People definitely got behind Hangman by the end of it. I think the core talent of that company deserves a big thank you from him for going out there and showing people that the company's going to be okay going forward.
Well, if we're going to talk about Raw, we need to.
Yeah, I know. But to wrap it up, like I said, I'm firmly in Team Elite on this one. Even though, like I said, I think everybody was behaving badly, but I think Punk went into business for himself and created a huge stink. And if it were up to me, if you had to let somebody go, that's the guy that I would let go. It's going to hurt because he's a huge star, but there you go. All right. You want to talk about Raw, just Raw, or you want to talk about SmackDown too?
Well, Raw was a better show, but
yeah, we'll talk about Raw. I think was it all right.
I honestly I could care less about this Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio.
I don't give a crap. I really don't give a crap about that. I know some people are getting behind it because of nostalgia over Ray and Eddie. Like I said, Judgment Day is they dropped the ball with those guys. That being said, rest of the show was it Dakota Kai and Io Sky
new women's tag team champs.
Basically, they fixed the mistake from the tournament and had Dakota Kai and Io Sky defeat Rodriguez and Aaliyah for the titles. But my brain was going, why didn't you just do this in the first place? So now this I don't know. Like I said, the women's division needs a lot of work. Best match of the night, 110%. Johnny Gargano versus Chad Gable.
Yep.
Freaking awesome. Omos came back.
We're talking about him.
Yeah, didn't care. Dexter Lewis was in Miz's house. It's you know me, man. I'm not a comedy wrestler guy, but
did they do that with him and Gargano in NXT? It just seems like the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Bianca Belair versus Sonya Deville was okay. I don't know. Right now, the women's division just seems kind of all over the place. There's good stuff going on, and then there's stuff that's just like, what the hell is this? KO, dude, that friggin' promo was so damn good. I'm gonna tell you something. If they keep working KO with Austin Theory, they might actually rehab Austin Theory. It's the Judgment Day. It's the Judgment Day. Judgment Day is the paper.
The Judgment Day.
Whatever. It's all crap.
Like the Ohio State.
Whatever. Jericho Danielson and Mox meeting with the locker room helped hit the reset with the boys. Yeah, 100%. I like. There's talented people in that friggin' faction. It's just they took a massive crap on it when they took Edge out of it, and it made no damn sense. Oh my god. That was it pretty much, wasn't it?
Shoosh.
Oh god. Is that
Thank you?
Was that the? Oh yeah. Well, was it Rollins?
Oh yeah, Rollins and Riddle.
I'm done with
Rollins in his crazy blue outfit.
I'm done with that feud. They need to move on, and they need to figure out what they're doing with Rollins, man. Because I'm gonna tell you what, that gimmick's getting old real freaking quick. But hey, another good thing, Finn Balor got an actual legitimate win, which was like with shocking
interference.
Okay, he got a win, dude.
He did.
it was yeah. Yo, listen. What's up, Big Daddy? Pro Wrestling Guru, do y'all expect Malachi Black to go back to the Big E? No, at least not for a while. So that's the whole thing with his conditional release. One of that conditions is I think at least for 90 days, at least for a couple of months, he's not allowed to go work for WWE. But someone said that part of the conditional release as well was if and when he's ready to come back, he has to entertain an offer from AEW first. He needs to basically talk with them and let them try to convince him to come back to them first. That's what someone said to me. Now, if he's dead set on going back to WWE because he's a Triple H guy and he knows that he's going to succeed, he'll succeed there. Maybe he'll be used better there than he was in AEW because let's face it, he wasn't used particularly great in AEW. Who knows? Maybe that's the plan. I don't think that's the plan. I think he left. Because he's got some serious problems at home. Because his wife has been out. She was supposed to have been back a long time ago. She's supposed to have been back like a month and a half ago, and it's been radio silence with her. So hopefully they get everything. The most important thing is he gets out there, he gets taken care of, he gets, healthy, whatever's going on, and they sort that out. But Malacia said, I'm all for Rhea being the man maker, but it's just not what I was hoping for Dom's heel turn. I stick by the statement that I think Dom was put on the main roster way too soon. I think he had a lot of development to do, a lot of developing to do. And I don't know, man. It just feels weird.
Oh, his biggest problem to me is that he came up on the Thunderdome, so he never had the chance to learn how to feel the crowd.
Well, it's not just that. It's also he keeps trying to wrestle like his dad. And
he's not his dad.
He's just not his freaking dad, man. He's twice the size of his dad.
He eat his dad.
Eddie wasn't that small.
What?
Eddie wasn't that small.
No, but Eddie wrestled.
I'm joking about him being the father, man. That right over your head.
Yeah. No, I know what you were saying. But even Eddie, like he should wrestle more like Eddie.
Yep.
Like Eddie, but Dom's what, like 6'3", 6'4"?
I don't know. He's bigger than his dad.
He's way bigger than his dad, and
he needs his own set of moves. 619 is not.
He's also really lanky. He's really tall, really lanky, and his legs are too long to pull off the moves that Ray does. But no, Raw was good. Two awesome matches.
I thought the women's match was a little bit sloppy. The tag match.
It was really sloppy. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, both women's matches, like Belair versus Deville was better, but both women's matches were mid at best. And that just tells me that there's a lot of friggin' chaos going on in the women's division right now. And Bayley and Io
Shirai
and Dakota being there is going to help, but they need to get on the same page. They all need to get on the same page, and they need to develop some real chemistry between each other. Good.
Do they need Charlotte back?
If they're going to use her right, Charlotte's one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. Whether you like her, you don't like her. Now, does she get pushed way too much? Does she get, overshadow a lot of people? Yeah, I do think that. But she is really, really, really talented, and she is a very popular wrestler. So,
plus you have Lynch out in the injury.
Yep.
doesn't help either.
Chaos? Huh? Did somebody say my name? Chaos? And Guardian. Yes, I've actually talked to both Boogie and Yule in the last couple of weeks. Boogie's doing good. Yule's doing good. I haven't talked to Jill, but yeah, I try to keep contact with him. But, let's be honest, it was a package deal. WWE wanted Ray, but Ray wanted to push his son. No, and Ray was honest about that. He said that part of the reason why, because you got to remember, AEW were kind of shopping for him.
Yep.
And he said he re-signed with WWE because he thought it was best for his son. So, and I respect that. Like I said, I think Dom has potential, but I just think that he should have been on NXT. He should have been in developmental for way longer. He should have been on NXT before he came to the main roster. But no, that's me. What do I know? But no, Raw was a good show. Had a couple of really good matches on there. I don't care about Omos. The Dexter Lumis Miz stuff it's Dexter Lumis and the Miz. What do you want me to say? Johnny Gargano versus Chad Gable, I think, stole the show. And it was just an awesome, awesome, awesome match. Kevin Owens cut the best promo and actually helped put Austin Theory over. Edge versus Dominic was pretty much exactly what we thought it was. I'm not a fan of Judgment Day. Balor versus Matt Riddle was pretty good. But I think, I don't know, man. Like, it's, to me, the freaking Judgment Day is like the kiss of death. But what about EC3 and NWA? Well, he had to go somewhere because Control Your Narrative exploded. Freaking Braun Strowman came back, and I'm just like, oh, geez. But anyway, that was Raw. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Was that what is the next WWE pay-per-view? Is it Saudi Arabia?
No, there's got to be one coming up.
Let me see.
This month, isn't there? At least Saudi Arabia in November.
Schedule. I'm looking. WWE pay-per-view schedule. We just had Clash at the Castle. Extreme Rules is on October 8th, and then November 5th is Crown Jewel. And then November 26th is Survivor Series. You think they're going to do the same thing they did last year? Is they're going to do Crown Jewel and realize, oh, crap, we got to build up Survivor Series and then try to throw a bunch of crap together at the last minute?
Probably. But,
yeah, October 8th is the next pay-per-view. I don't know. We gotta like watch one of the pay-per-views going forward. I'm not really interested in watching Extreme Rules, but I wouldn't mind watching the other two. Doing a live
if
thing.
they do Survivor Series right.
Yeah. If they do Survivor Series right, that'd be good. But yeah, guys, so that's it for this week. Like I said, final parting shot. I think I think they did a good job of reaffirming to everybody that AEW is going to be okay. I definitely think they still got some rocky stuff to deal with, but yeah, I think Mox and I think everybody, Mox and Jericho, and
see you next week, Maldacino.
Yep, going in and talking to the locker room, and then coming out, Mox cutting his vacation off and coming back to the company to help save everything. I think it definitely softened the blow. It put a dressing on the wound. So, but
I think it's you say Jericho, I say Danielson tomorrow.
yeah, I mean, I got a weird feeling it's going to be Jericho though, man. And because he and MJF have history, I don't want it to be, but I think that's what's going to happen. But Johnny, what do you got?
Just to will it into existence. I hope it is Brian.
Yep. Just to will it into existence. Yeah. See, I just got a weird feeling, but anyway, guys. All right, that's the show for this week. A little chaotic, but then again, everything's been chaotic. That's why the Guardian of Chaos showed up.
Need a little chaos in the world.
Yeah. No, I mean, drama definitely can be entertaining, but anyway, guys, appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't already, hit like, subscribe, share it on your social media. You can follow us on the social media in the link. Also, it's scrolling across the top there, and catch us back here next week, 7 p.m. Eastern time, talking about all the interesting news in wrestling. Appreciate all you guys. Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, Larry.